Welcome, everyone, to Logan, Utah and the Beehive State. We're here at Maverick Stadium, home to the Utah State Aggies, and eager for this clash. Today, these two teams square off in what should be an exciting Mountain West showdown. As we'll see, the Texas State Bobcats taking on the Utah State Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. He gets a block. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Backs here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow in 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Sparks. Now improvising. Lets it fly. Oh, what a play, it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Let's take just a second and talk about Utah State. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to 3rd down. 3rd down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on 3rd down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wilson will throw. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
And how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early. First drives to get something going. Both of them turn it over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
you definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero, but oh boy, it's kind of the opposite.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Pulls it in. It's Reddick. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's Sparks. Buys a little time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Gonna look downfield again. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Bobcats will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloaded just as he rolls. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense, you take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
Okay, ready? Moves.
On the ground, it's Rice. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Wilson to pass. It's complete on the right side. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down, but they're going to run the ball.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
A 10-yard loss on the play.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Give to the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Power football with the run. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Bobcats racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Finds his man. It's Browning. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Breaks into the open. They drag him down, but not before they get the turnover and a terrific return on the fumble.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Running the red zone, it's Rice. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down.
Come on, set.
They go right back to it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie!
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Looking to throw, it's Sparks. Buys a little time with his feet. He's open on the right. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Leaves it with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wilson will throw. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got his man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy, and this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And the Aggies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Takes a handoff. It's Rice. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
The Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wilson to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got him downfield. Turning it on. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. On first and goal, let's see what Utah State calls.
Easy.
To run the quarterback sneak. The sneak scores it.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking downfield, it's Sparks. Oh, he makes the catch. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, he'll take that completion.
So now it's second and long.
Let's go.
Back to pass. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Get set. Get set.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He wants to take the top off. He's got it inside the 15. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Reads it, fires complete. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
The short hands, it's Rice. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Moves.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's got him this time. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
That's just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Wilson will throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Knocked down at the 22. That's a first down, and they can still stop the clock. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Rice. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Come on, set.
The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together.
Okay,
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggled to try to find a play to get someone open.
It's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Dropping back, it's Sparks. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bobcats will kick it away to start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here it comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They'll ride the hot hand. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Wilson to pass. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Bobcats. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Wilson will throw. Flips it out in the flat. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Leaves it with the running back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bobcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Dances away. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Looking for room. It's Browning. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Browning. And some room to work. There he goes. Touchdown, Texas State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, it doesn't get much bigger than a couple of top 5 teams going toe-to-toe. Here's the latest on this gigantic showdown. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan-Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by just 1 over Texas. No offense, fellas, but I'm going to watch the finish of this top 5 matchup here. You guys do you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Bobcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
325.
Wants to throw. It's Sparks. Caught close to the marker. It's Clay. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Here's the handoff. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The give from the gun. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Bought a little time, lets it go. Intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Finds his tight end. Gets away from 1. Finds some space. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wilson to pass. Skips away from pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The give to the back.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man, when I blitz as a defense, I want to get home. I got to get to that quarterback, get him on the ground, not hit him as he's throwing it, and he gets it off. Right here, just a split second too late. Didn't get to the quarterback in enough time. The quarterback did a good job assessing it, making a play down the field.
And the Bobcats will try to move the chains on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Got out of trouble and throws. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Catch in the middle, it's Evans. Touchdown, Texas State. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
He'll try to tack on one more. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Bobcats. The defense putting points on the board. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And he's going to bring it out. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
He's taking the shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions.
And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? Touchdown, Bobcats! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much closer to a win here in Week 5.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity. Give it.
Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's Rice. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Gonna run it. It's Rice. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Shakes off the defender. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Got enough space. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's the fabulous part of it. A late touchdown. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can do.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Indiana is on the wrong end of a steel-toed boot today. This is one of those performances we simply do not see from this program. Embarrassing. They're trailing by 38 to Michigan. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. He just broke the century mark, 100 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. On the direct snap, it's Browning. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It'll be third and long. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wilson will throw. He's taking a deep shot. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
You know, for this quarterback late in the game, you just need to have a better concept of the situation. Can't take sacks at this juncture. And I know that the play gets thrown off, the timing's off, and you're forced to roll out. But if nobody's open, either run the ball, get what you can, get out of bounds, or throw that thing away. Can't take negative plays at this point.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Direct snap. It's Browning. Spins away from the defense. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And listen, I know there's people at home watching this after that touchdown run with no time left. They're just piling on. But listen, there's time on the clock. You got to keep competing. You got to keep playing. And if you don't want us to drive up the score, then tackle us and stop us. That's what they're saying on that last play. I like the idea offensively.
So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week. And that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.